Hello students, this is Mr. Guy. I'm going to review with you the basics of the reading strategies. This video is designed to support and review the activities that we did in class. So let's talk about it for a minute. When you look at a passage, the first thing you need to do is get the overview. You need to read the title, you need to look at the pictures, you need to recall background information real quickly. For example, what do you know about bats? Then what you need to do is you need to read the introduction, and then you need to read the topic sentences of each paragraph. Paragraph B, C, D, and E, the whole text. Once you've done that, once you've read the introduction, looked at the title, looked at the pictures, looked at the topic sentences, remember the topic sentences are at the beginning of all the body paragraphs. Once you've read those, also go through each paragraph and notice keywords that help signal what's in the paragraph. For example, look at paragraph B, you've got night flying, insects, prey, deep sea fish, whales, no light by day, fish, dolphins, and then I like this one, dirty in the water, or dirt in the water. Here it says animals. So I'm getting a feeling for what this paragraph is about and what is in it. Certainly there's information about fish and dolphins and some other deep sea fishes, and here this is about night flying insects, so clearly it's talking about animals. So what does that mean? That means that if I see a question about animals, then I might go to paragraph B. Here, for example, let's take a look at paragraph D. I find some interesting words here. Facial vision, the idea of feels, blind boy, experiments. There's facial vision again, so this could be very important. I see the word echoes, footsteps, sounds. Sea under a ship, sea under a ship. Submarines, well, look at all these. Second World War, American, British, sound echoes. So what I kind of do is dance through the paragraph, catching key words. And this will help me kind of get a feeling for where I can find answers when I read questions. Okay? Now, let's take a look at some questions. I'm not going to do all the questions, but I'm going to give you some examples. Now here, I'm looking at this one. It says, examples of wildlife other than bats, which do not rely on vision. Now, I see this keyword wildlife. And what I need to do is I need to match what paragraph will I find this information. Well, I see the word wildlife, and I automatically start thinking about the paragraph that had all these animals in it. Night-flying insects, fish and dolphins. And I think to myself, the answer is found here. Now for this question, all they want to know is what paragraph can it be found in. So it can be found here. Paragraph B talks about animals. And look, animals. So this paragraph is talking about night-flying insects, fish, dolphins. So it's other wildlife. So then I know that that's the answer. Another one might be, look at this one, number 5. Early military uses of echolocation. Now I remember seeing some words about the military. So now I know I need to go back to that paragraph and I need to read. So here they're talking about the military. So here's where I would find answers about military uses of echolocation. So this is important, to be looking for these key words so you know exactly what paragraph to go to. That's the key, to know exactly where you can find the answer. Okay, let's look at another one. Here's one. How a particular discovery. Discovery is a pretty key word here, I would say. Discovery really stands out to me. And I remember that this exact word, I remember when I got the overview, I saw the word discovery. Here it is. So that would mean that, if I need to find an answer about a discovery, I would look closely here. So that's an important factor, is that there are keywords in the question, and these keywords need to be matched with keywords in the text. Now let's look at another type of question for just a second. This is filling in the blank here with words from the text. And I look at it and I say, okay, look, blind people report a so-called facial vision. Or blind people report that so-called facial vision is comparable to the sensation of touch in the face. In fact, the sensation is more similar to the way in which pain from a blank arm or leg might be felt. So I need to fill in the blank here. And I need to look at all these words, key words, to help me know where to find the answer. So I'm looking at, I remember this word, facial vision. I remember seeing the word pain. And I think I remember seeing the word arm. So what do? I go straight to that paragraph and then I start reading. Where was that paragraph? Yeah. So here's the paragraph where I saw facial vision. Okay? So this has helped save me time. I'm going right to the paragraph that I need to go to. Now that I'm close, see this facial vision? Blind people, feelings, sense, face. Now what I need to do is I need to read carefully this section of the text where I think the answer will be. This is called close reading. So the IELTS exam is testing your ability to first get the overview, to get the big picture, and then they're testing your ability to find the basic paragraph and location where you believe the answer is, and then read carefully. So they're testing your ability to find the answer and then read carefully to confirm it's the answer, or maybe that it's not the answer. Either way, you need to find, you need to skim, to scan for words, and then when you get to the location, when you get to the certain paragraph, you need to read carefully. And by reading carefully, I can see that it says, it talks about, well, blind humans sometimes seem to have an uncanny sense of obstacles in their path. It has been given the name facial vision because blind people have reported that it feels a bit like a sense of touch on the face. One report tells of a totally blind boy who could ride his tricycle at good speed round the block near his home using facial vision. Okay, again, facial vision. I haven't found my answer yet, but I am close. I'm in the right area. Experiments showed that, in fact, facial vision has nothing to do with touch or the front of a face, although the sensation may be referred to the front of the face like the referred pain in a phantom limb. Now, this word limb, I'm catching on to this word limb because this word limb means the same thing as arm or leg. An arm or leg is a body limb. See, this is where vocabulary comes in. If I know what limb means, and I know that limb means arm and leg, then I know I'm really close. I'm going to read again. In fact, the sensation is more similar to the way in which pain from a blank arm or leg, okay? Refer to pain in a phantom limb. Limb means leg or arm. This is an adjective, so I know the answer is phantom. So here, the answer is phantom arm, or leg. Okay, now what I just showed you was just, what's really important here is not the answer. It's how I got the answer. I looked at keywords, and then I connected those keywords back to my overview. I got an overview before, so I know basically where things are. And then when I get to the right location, I read carefully. This is how you get tested on the IELTS exam. This is the best strategy. Now what I'm going to do real quick is just do a quick review with you. Okay? The idea is to skim the text and get the global view by reading the title, introduction, topic sentences, underline keywords, names, places, measurements, anything that catches your attention or seems important. Notice keywords give you clues to the topic of the paragraph. Make sure to understand what type of information can be found in the paragraphs. This is critical. They are different paragraphs, and you need to know how they are different. Just generally speaking, read questions and notice keywords. Search the text for words that are basically the same. Remember, limbs means arms or legs. So they are synonyms. They both mean the same thing. IELTS will often use different words that have the same meaning. This is how they're testing your vocabulary and your ability to scan and find answers, okay? The best case scenario is that when you got the overview, you underlined a word that is similar to a word in the question, because this will help you get to the location very quickly. Or maybe that you generally know which paragraph the answer is in. That's also good. But what's not good is if you have to scan the whole text every time you read a question. That does not work. You've got to be able to go to the right paragraph and then read carefully. Okay? As I said, when you get to the general location of the answer, read carefully. This is where you are being tested. This is where they will test your reading skills, in these short areas of 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 sentences, and for a really difficult question, maybe the whole paragraph. Okay. This is my advice, and I hope it helps, and please ask me if you have any questions. Thanks.